Hello and welcome to the Parenting Tools podcast. My name is Jason.
And my name is Jordan, and this is the podcast where myself and Jason have a chat about dad life.
In this episode, I'm going to be asking Jordan all the questions about adding a newborn to their already family of 4, making it a family of 5. Good maths.
Quick maths. Welcome to the pod.
So Jordan,
Hello.
things have changed since we last spoke.
Things have changed indeed. We've had a little break from the pod because I've had another baby.
Your hair looks blonder.
It's been sunny, hasn't it?
I was about to say, something to do with the baby, is it?
No. Yeah, it's none of the hormones. No, it's just the sun. Just what happens every year. So yeah, had a third baby. Little Mabel is now, as we record, 9 days old.
9 days.
Or
Fresh.
10. Fresh, yeah.
Proper fresh.
Still not washed it yet, but she smells wonderful.
Yeah, what? Are you supposed to?
I think the guidance is this the first question? I think the guidance is, because you know the cord bit is all a bit gammy, which I'd forgotten how bad the cord is. I think the guidance is once that's fallen off, then go ahead because it can't get wet. And it's not yet fallen off.
I didn't know that.
I mean, it's one of those things, and if you're listening abroad, if you're an international listener, let me know what your guidance is, because I imagine it's different wherever you live.
The little gammy thing can't get wet.
Yeah, the baby. So yeah, we're pretty still still finding our feet, but here we are.
So how was it? You were texting me.
Yes.
I got a random text. Oh, so we're in the hospital.
Yeah.
Just had an hour's nap.
Yeah. So I've written it down.
Oh, come on.
For the pod because I was going to do a little voice note diary of everything.
Yeah.
But there's a lot of gaps where nothing happened.
So we're just waiting around.
Yeah, there's just, I really feel for my wife Leanne because it was a long old process. Yeah. So she started to have contractions on Saturday morning at 5 a.m.
Okay.
So 5 a.m. you're thinking, cool. And because we've had 2 kids before, it got to a point where the contractions were 4 minutes apart and they were lasting about 30, 45 seconds, which for us, the last twice was game on time.
Okay.
So we phoned the hospital and we said, look, this is what's happening. Heads up. We're not coming in, but heads up. And then they stopped. She gave birth Sunday evening. So this is the timeline of things. So Saturday night, cramps in the night, 5 a.m. contractions start. 12:30-ish, so around lunchtime, we'd ship the kids off, got the grandparents involved. Amazing, by the way. Shout out to my in-laws and my mum as well.
So when you get the in-laws involved, what's the brief? I mean, obviously they're aware of how these things work, but what do you tell the kids?
That it looks like mummy's going to have the baby.
Is it a day? A couple of days?
This is it. We thought by the time you come home this evening, we might have had the baby.
Wow. So,
it was a Saturday, so fortunately everybody was off, so that worked out all right. But this was a timeline of things. So Saturday night, cramps in the night, 5 a.m. contractions start. 12:30, so around lunchtime-ish, we went for a walk. Thought, let's try and speed things up. Slowed things down, which didn't help. Quite the opposite.
Mabel, my kind of baby.
1:30, played Rocket League while Leanne had a sleep. Contraction slowed / stopped. 9:30 p.m, we decided to go to bed. We thought nothing's happening. We're off to bed. Kids stayed out. 11:30 p.m, Leanne had a shower. She woke up and had a shower. Sunday morning now, so nothing.
She must be uncomfortable.
Oh yeah, and it was warm, heavily pregnant. This was due date as well, so we'd gone to the wire, which is new for us. The other 2 had come a few days early. So we're now into Sunday morning. 1:30 a.m. we went to hospital. 2 a.m. 3 centimeters dilated.
So hold on. After the shower did it.
I don't know. I think the shower was just a bit maybe she's feeling like this is time.
Yeah.
Let's have a shower because who knows when I'm going to next have one.
Got you.
Could be wrong. Let me know, Lee. So 1:30 a.m. we went to hospital. 2 a.m. she was what's the word? Not inspected.
She was invested. I hope she was invested by now.
She was investigated, examined. She was investigated.
Word association.
She was examined, and it's only 3 centimeters gone. So we were a bit demoralised by that.
Speak to me in like normal language. What does that mean?
Oh wow. Okay. So where the baby comes out of?
No, as in like 3 cent. I have no idea.
Oh, of course.
What the like?
So
how many centimeters does it go up to?
10.
Oh, so it's out of 10.
Out of 10, and that's where the baby's ready to come. That's where the lady is ready to
So when you're getting
birth.
that first, you're looking for an 8 out of 10.
Well, so active labour is like 4 or 5.
Oh, okay.
So after nearly 24 hours of contractions, she still wasn't in active labour. So that's quite a lot.
Here's a random one.
Yes.
Do you think that has any implications or indications onto her personality?
Yeah. How do you mean?
As in the baby.
Oh, the baby?
Yeah.
So I thought you meant Leanne.
No.
I was thinking, yeah, she's pretty tired.
Because like some babies are different. I mean, all babies are different.
I don't think so. I don't think so.
I'm just thinking, she's just chill.
Well, one thing that Mila said, so when the baby wasn't coming, people say things like, she's not ready to come. Yeah. She doesn't want to come. Like it's the baby's choice. Like she goes, do you know what? I've had enough now. I'm coming. And so Mila said, baby's not coming. I said, no. She went, she doesn't want to come. I said, no. She went, maybe she doesn't like us. I was like, well, maybe not. So
she was 6 centimeters, and then went nope. Back up.
Back in we go. So 2 a.m. 3 centimeters, and then 6 a.m. Still 3 centimeters, 3 to 4 centimeters now. She was given painkillers, and then a whole lot of nothing. So everything stopped again. So Leanne was very demoralised at this point. She was quite down about that. So 12 p.m. Then we got sent up to a ward. So we were no longer in the delivery suite. They said, nothing's happening. We need this room. Up you go. So we went up to this labour ward, baby ward, where like there were mums with their babies. So Leanne was a bit like, this is a bit pants. So 12 p.m, the contractions so that's lunchtime the next day now on Sunday, contractions got intense again. 2 p.m, now 4 centimetres active labour. And then load of labour, just load of pushing. We had, I think we counted 7 midwives because of the changes to the shifts and stuff.
No.
Yeah, a lot going on. And then 7:45 p.m. Yeah, I put my hand on Leanne's back, and do you know like when you tense a muscle?
Yeah,
that's what it felt like. And she was just like she was tense everywhere. And I was thinking, she's not even started to push yet, and she's getting pretty like tired. She's getting, you could tell she was getting tired. So I think one thing for fellas, as like dads in the birthing room, I don't know what I'm talking about. My opinion does not matter. It's non-founded. Like, and I was getting to the point where I thought, do I say something like, can you help? Like, is there anything you can do? So this, again, we're getting to the point where there's a change of shift. So the midwife that was with us for a lot of time, her name was Janie, lovely. She was saying, look, we don't want to get involved. We don't want to intervene. We want to let nature take its course. And then a doctor came in and said, I'm going to come back in 2 hours. If nothing's changed, I'll break the waters because the waters hadn't gone. And that should start things along. There's a lot of stuff that happened as well in this conversation. And my thinking was, well, what's the difference between 2 hours and now?
Yeah.
If it's the same, why not just do it now?
Yeah. So
I said that to him. And he went, well, we can. I went, do it then. And so Leanne, bless her, at this point, I don't even know if she'd remember this. I just said to her, are you happy with that? I don't want to decide on your behalf. And she just went, get the baby out. So she was like, do it. Yeah. So they popped the waters, and this was at 8:36 she came.
Wow.
Baby Mabes.
So if you hadn't intervened,
I think we'd have at least been there for
At least another 2 hours.
yeah,
2.5 hours.
another 2 hours. So what it was, they were saying that the baby was too high. She wasn't. So they even came in and scanned to make sure the baby was the right way around. So baby's head is quite high. It could be that your bladder's full. So they were saying like go wee, go empty your bladder. It wasn't that. It could be something else. It wasn't that. And they were going. And they were describing the waters that obviously break. They were going, oh yeah, they're lovely and bulging. And we were just like, what's that mean? So in my mind, it was the water stopping things. If that's the only thing that's there that's stopping things, just get rid of them.
So what we're really saying is the hero of this story.
No, don't say it. It's not.
I was going to say it's Leanne, of course.
Of course it's Leanne. But it got to a point where it's just like, again, I don't know what I'm talking about. But when you're going through and ticking off all these things and going, well, it's not that, it's not that, it's not that. The last thing we'll get rid of in 2 hours, I was just going, do it now.
It's one of those things like in hospitals where you feel so, well, most of the time you are so ill-informed.
Oh, yeah, absolutely.
And like the people that have the information often don't give you all the information that you need. It's like, had you not asked that question, like that is the best thing. Like if anyone's in the hospital, the best thing is ask as many questions as you can.
Ask the question.
Or even ask the question of what questions can I ask?
Yeah, and the conversation of, can you break the waters? And he went, well, yeah, we can. He said there's some risks involved. So I said, what are the implications of the risks? Turns out there weren't risks. It's just something that could happen that would have no bearing. So it's like, well, just do it then.
I suppose there are people that are like adamant on everything happening like naturally.
Yeah.
And I suppose that's the...
Yeah.
Again, like as a man, I have no idea, no preference, no opinion.
Yeah. And I just think my concern was Leanne was getting really tired.
Yeah, absolutely.
And she'd been getting on for 2 days of doing this now and not yet pushing. And I just thought when it gets to that time, she's going to have nothing left. I could be wrong. I could be wrong. But the way that I was seeing it was that. And yeah, she was just tired and fed up. So yeah, we got the baby out. And yeah, I think it was just after 8:30 on the Sunday evening.
Amazing.
She came. So yeah, it was a big old sesh. And then there was where we were. And another thing that happened was we were meant to be at one hospital. That hospital couldn't have us. We went to a different hospital. So there was loads of little things that happened where you're like, it's not been the smoothest. But there was an emergency as well on the labour suite. So just as we gave birth, Leanne gave birth, all the midwives had to rush off to this emergency. So we just had this newborn. And we just sat there for like an hour on our own. So we're just like, should we tell people then?
Yeah, what is the process like?
Well, it was very different to last time.
What was your experience last time?
Yeah.
What were you expecting?
So with the other ones, it is they give you the baby, clean the baby up, they weigh them pretty quickly, they clean them up a little bit, they bring the mum like toast and a drink to obviously try and get their energy back up pretty quickly. And then after a while, you go off to the ward and they clean up the suite for the next person. It wasn't like that at all. I think it was because of this emergency where they just couldn't. But yeah, we didn't. I don't think we had her weighed for about 45 minutes. And by this point, she'd fed quite a bit, so could be slightly out. We don't know. But I think as well, if that was our first, we'd be sat there thinking, what do we do?
Do you think it was also because it's your third as well?
Leanne thinks that. Leanne thinks they were
before.
like, yeah, they'll be all right. We can leave them a little bit.
Yeah.
But yeah, it was you know, I wouldn't say a bad experience. It was all right.
And talk to me like the question that most men always get is around like the first time you held them. Like what was your because it's quite fresh. Like what was that like?
Oh, lovely. Yeah, lovely. I think it has been for me every time. I think I've said before, so with Luca, like our first, I was just ready to be a dad. And I was absolutely buzzing to the point where Leanne was holding him. And I was like, can I have a go? With our second, she had the cord around her neck. She came out not breathing, so she needed a bit of attention. So that was just more relief.
Yeah.
It was very different. It was still exciting, but there was a lot of relief involved. And with this one, I think because it had been so long, Leanne just cried. and she was thanking the midwife. I think she was just, again, for her relief, just so happy to have done it. And I just let her hold on to her for as long as she wanted to, because I thought, you have been going like this a long time. Just hold your baby for as long as you want. And because the midwife vanished, I just cleaned up a bit. I just went around like wiping the floor a bit, moving some stuff. Just had a bit of tidy up. Taking lots of pictures. Yeah, it was very different, but just, ecstatic. Yeah, ecstatic. I've just been buzzing ever since, really. I'm that pain. I'm just constantly looking at. I imagine she's bored of me. Just like, leave me alone.
She's a potato at the moment.
Yeah, not got a clue. You again. Stop kissing my face. So yeah, it's really excited. Still really buzzing. So it's been good.
It's amazing.
So we've had a question.
Oh, go on then.
Quite timely, actually. Let me just quickly pull up my notes. From Chris. And Chris says this. Greetings from Sweden. Which, by the way, we'll come back to it next week. We've been doing the pod for 3 years.
Ooh.
Still baffles me that people like email in from all over the world.
Home of IKEA.
I was in IKEA when I read this message, by the way. It was
serendipitous.
Meant to be. Greetings from Sweden. What are some of your top tools for preparing for delivery? Because we are due in
Amazon.
August. Yeah. Make sure you're home. We're due early August. So one of the things that I did this time was I was going to bed super early. When my wife was getting to her due date, I was going to bed at 9 o'clock.
Yeah.
Thinking any point at any night, this could happen. So the day that she started having her contractions, I text Mark, the chef, 9 o'clock, because he'd been in hospital as well, just checking in, see how he is. And said, right, I'm off to bed. This was 9. I think 4:30 I woke up naturally with like 8 hours sleep.
Amazing.
Saying, I'm up. Nothing yet, because he'd text saying, how are things, any movement? I said, no, nothing yet. And then half an hour later, the contraction started. So that for me, going to bed that early and getting some really good night's sleep was helpful, really helpful, because you're fresh. You've got energy.
What has the sleep been like in the first 9 days?
Quite good for me.
Because I'm assuming you're not doing much. Like, 'cause in the first, all they need is mum.
Yeah. So with our first two, we bottle fed. So I was doing quite a bit of the nights. It was, I'd say, pretty 50-50.
Yeah.
Especially because, I wanted Leanne to recover. So I was doing a lot of the night feeding. And I think that's with the second why I struggled quite a bit mentally.
Yeah.
I think I was just exhausted.
Just tired.
Yeah, tired. Yeah. Really tired. And then we had a toddler as well that would wake up at 4:30, 5 every day.
Yeah.
So I think the tiredness really just battered me a little bit. But this time, Leanne was saying, I really want to give feeding myself a good go. And so she has been, and she's been amazing, and it's been going really well. So the nights, for me, I can't really do much. And she's not the sort of person that goes, if I'm up, you're up. She just leaves me to it. The night that she gave birth, I went home, and she said, look, you go get a decent sleep, and then be around for, we've got 2 other kids as well. So it's
absolutely,
like, be around for them. So yeah, it's been pretty all right. But last night, she slept from 2:30 till 7.
Wow.
So we had a pretty good stretch, and both kids.
I say, wow, that's still like 4.5 hours.
Yeah, but
that's a good 4.5 hours.
That's a good 4. You can go to bed at 1 and be up for work at 6, and like,
true.
So yeah, that felt like for her was incredible. So I think they've been going all right. We've been getting about 6 hours sleep in 2 banks of 3.
So Leanne
not so much.
Another reason why I think women are just rock hard.
Honestly.
Because of all the men that I've spoken to that have helped with like nighttime feeds, most of us can't hack it.
No.
Like, lack of sleep absolutely ruins us.
Mm-hmm.
And you barely hear women complain.
It's this whole thing, isn't it, that men and women are equal but not the same.
Oh, 100%.
And I see this having witnessed my wife give birth.
Yeah.
Like, I can't do that. I don't have the hormones. I don't have the hardware.
And even if you did have the hardware, you probably wouldn't do it.
Yeah, so it's just... watching, I've said this before, watching a woman give birth is just like, oh my, not that I don't respect women or didn't respect women before, but oh my life, when you see what they go through, it's just like insane. It's just, do you know the whole thing of getting kicked in the balls?
Yeah.
Imagine that every 5 minutes for 2 days. It would finish me off. Like twice a year's enough.
Like you've got a regular appointment.
Yeah, I've got a
right, it's time to get the old kick in.
Go on then. Do your stuff. So, yeah, it's just, you know, no, I couldn't do it, but I'm not made to do it. But yeah, it's, honestly, man, it's just the most wild, intense, beautiful thing.
So you're on paternity leave now?
I am.
Yeah. So the last 9 days, I'm assuming a 9-day-old baby, they're pretty chill. They just sleep, poo.
She's very chill, yeah.
Is that it? Sleep and poo?
Sleep, poo. Every now and again, she'll like move her arms. Yeah, just put her arms up. She's got very long fingers. So
sorry, such a match.
Yeah, just huge. Just huge. So every now and again, she'll just put her arms up. And it's like she's showing you her fingers. Just, look at these.
Whoa.
Yeah, look at these bad boys. So yeah, she's not up to much, but pretty chilled. Like a lot of babies will cry when you change their nappy. She just lies there. She's amazing.
And like,
really...
it's that thing of you've got 2 other kids. I'm assuming they're still going to like school, nursery, preschool.
Yep. Yeah. So she gave birth Sunday.
Yeah.
And our kids are both, so Luca's in school 5 days a week, but Mila's only in 2.
Okay.
Monday and Tuesday. So we had Monday, Tuesday at home by ourselves. So nice.
Amazing.
It was really nice. And then brought the kids home to meet baby Mabes, and it was just so lovely. Just such a nice moment. Adorable. They were both really, because my kids are loud. They're like high energy kids, both of them. And it was just so, I said it's the fullest our house has been, but the calmest. It was lovely. Just a really lovely moment. And of course, it's been very hot in England. We had it 30 degrees yesterday. So they've sort of struggled at night time a little bit with the heat. Of course. Like both of them coming in, can I have a drink? But other than that, they've been amazing with bedtime, staying in their room till 7. Like, it's just been...
Wow.
It's been a really nice experience for me. I think Leanne might say otherwise. But I think she would say it's been really nice as well. But
no, it's amazing.
It's one of those things, isn't it? Like when you've got a newborn, you're gonna lose sleep.
Yeah, and I think I don't know. It's that thing of because you've already got 2 other kids. How did you like? What was the difference between how you anticipating having a baby around and like the reality? Like, was it just excitement and now there's a little bit of like reality of dread, or was it the other way around? Was it like a little bit of dread and now it's like, oh, this is amazing? It
was the complete opposite. I was expecting the worst to the point where I was just thinking, like,
life is
ruined. We were getting to the due date and I was thinking, like, life's, and this is nothing on children, like, or my baby individually. It was, how am I going to cope with 3 of them? And you can substitute the new one for the oldest one. Like, it doesn't matter. It's not an individual thing about my... Mabel, if you're listening in the future, this wasn't about you. It was about your siblings. It was just like, how are we going to cope with 3 of them? And like I said, I didn't do well last time with a newborn. So I was thinking, I was expecting the worst. But it's been amazing.
Yeah.
I'm just having a great time. I'm just having a really nice time. So... it's been the complete opposite of what I expected. I thought having 3 kids was going to be awful. Caveat, we're 10 days in.
Yeah.
As soon as one of them gets ill, or as soon as something changes, which it will, things will change and the experience will be different. But so far, I don't think I could have asked for it to be any better. The only thing I could maybe ask for is that she sleeps a bit longer for Leanne's sake.
Yeah.
Other than that, our oldest 2 have been amazing. Friends, family, everyone.
So you're loving life.
Amazing.
You're well rested.
Yeah.
You're basically having a holiday.
Well, paternity leave's going well. Playing a lot of Rocket League. I've never played it before.
On that note, I bought you a little gift.
Have you? Oh, come on.
It's although in that it's probably better for Leanne now.
I'm so excited. Oh, beautiful. Hey, I'm going to crack this open. This is a Red Bull for the,
for the audio.
For the audio listeners. Thank you so much. Yeah, so no, it's been going well. Leanne pointed out something quite funny though.
Oh, go on.
So I will again caveat this with thank you to everybody that's checked in, everybody that's made us food. Mark the chef made us a lasagna. It was unreal.
I would expect with someone with the name of Mark, middle name the chef.
Yeah, honestly,
I would expect it to be a good lasagna.
Yeah, it was top draw. You've got people offering to do washing for us, all that sort of stuff. Leanne went, I need this in a year. Do you know when you can do the washing? When they're weeing all the time.
Yeah.
When we're potty training.
At the moment, you've got loads of time.
She just moves.
You put her down. 30 minutes later, she's still in the same place.
She's still there. She wears a nappy. Catches everything.
I think she's moved to her arms.
Yeah. Arms and a tongue that flicks out when she wants to let you know that it's dinner time. But at the minute,
I forget. I could do with that now.
Yeah.
5 years on.
Yeah. I tell you, you could have made me some food 6 months ago. And I'd have gladly had it. Leanne was telling me this, and I was like, that is so funny.
Do you reckon you can try it? Next time someone offers you something, bank that in 12 months' time.
Just start
That's what you could do for me.
Start that message. Yeah. Do you know when you reply on WhatsApp and you highlight that message? Yeah. Just go back to it in 6 months ago. Yes, please.
Oh, let me know absolutely anything. There you go.
Yeah. Do you know when you said anytime you need anything? Well, anytime is now. You sent that message 12 months ago. I'll take it. So yeah, I am loving being a dad of three. Incredibly proud of Leanne for I don't want to say what she went through, but what she went through. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
It was a long old process, and she just absolutely nailed it. And we're 10 days in now, and I said to her, thinking about maybe doing the pod. She went, yeah, you go to Jason's. And I was like, well, he should probably come here. She went, well, we're going to have to do it at some point, so you might as well. And I was just like, you're awesome.
Honestly, I was shocked. I was like, I will happily come over. And I was like, maybe it's been stressful, you need a drive.
No.
No, it's just, you're just chilling.
Yeah, and the other thing was I thought, because I wanted to do the pod, so we got some newborn content. Like, we've never done it. It'd be good to document, because I love listening to the old episodes when they come on every now and again, and I thought it'd be nice to have the sort of newborn stuff of me just complaining how bad it is.
Fresh content, hey?
Yeah, and I honestly thought I wouldn't be able to drive. But because they're sleeping, the kids are sleeping well, she's sleeping well, it's like, yeah, I'm fine.
Better for the worst.
Yeah, so to come here and not have to clean out my garage.
I can just imagine. You sending out messages the first 2 weeks before, just letting everybody prepare yourself. You're not going to see me for about 2 months.
Mate, I'm not even joking. So Luca's football team, they were putting out who's available for dates like mid-July. Baby was 21st of June. I wasn't responding. I was going, I don't know what state I'm going to be in. But now I'm messaging them like, yeah, we're free. We can do it. We're all right.
Amazing.
Yeah, so far, so good.
Is there anything that you forgot about babies that you've now been reminded of?
Yeah. One is the cord. Just how gross it is. Just like, you know it's there, and you know it's gonna be there, and you know it's gonna fall. I just forgot.
You're not people who keep it, are you?
No, no, get rid. Can't wait to throw it in the bin. No, get rid. I think someone's dog ate. I think it was one of our early listeners. Yeah. Messaged in saying that it fell off and the dog ran in with something, and
excuse the
it's a lovely noise. One thing I had forgotten, and this was only one night, she's only done it once. How do babies know that you've sat down?
What? Does she cry or?
Do you know when you hold in a baby and they start to settle, and then you sit down and they're just like, nope. How do they know? You could hold them out so they're nowhere near your body. Nothing changes for them. You sit down and they're like, nope.
I reckon it's the motion.
It's got to be.
Slight motion. It's got to be.
They know.
So my nephew, my newest nephew, every time Em holds him, he poos on her.
Beautiful.
Every single time. Every time I hold him, he goes to sleep.
Oh, that's good.
Yeah.
Wonder why.
I just have a calming presence.
Well,
Either that or he's bored of me.
Em touched me once and I pooped.
Joe, that would be helpful after a terrible curry, wouldn't it?
Oh, gosh.
That's too far.
One thing I hadn't realised, because with our first two, Leanne didn't feed, babies just sense the milk. So as soon as Leanne holds her, she gets fidgety. She's just like, dinner's ready.
I think this is one of this blew my mind. Like breastfeeding blew my mind. Just, it's incredible.
Yep.
Like, it is fun. Like, how? It's just, how does a baby even know to do it?
I don't know. But if
blows my mind.
If I hold her and she's hungry,
yeah, just go for a nibble.
I'm just like, yeah, what's on my arm? It's the baby just goes for my arm. But yeah, if I hold her and she's asleep,
yeah,
she's fine. As soon as Leanne picks her up, she knows. They say they can smell it.
It's insane.
Yeah. So I'd say that's one thing. The cord, just how gross it was. I knew it was gross. Forgot how gross it was. 2 was just the gyroscope. How do they know I've sat down? How do they know you've sat down? But like I said, she's only done that once. She is incredibly chilled. Incredibly chilled.
Remind me, 9 days old. Where do they sleep?
All the time.
As in where?
Where?
Yeah. When you sleep, where do they sleep? Is it a basket? Is it a cot?
Well, so what we've done the first few days, because Leanne had such a long labour, I was determined to help where I can. So if you've fed, I'm going to take her downstairs. You sleep solidly. I'll bring her back when she needs a feed, like instead of her being next to you, rolling round. And so there was one day we both fell asleep on the sofa. One day she was in the pram. One day she was on a cushion. One day she was in the cot. Moses basket. And then I took the Moses basket upstairs, put that in the cot. But what we're trying to do is get her used to the side cot. So put her down there.
Yeah.
Doesn't seem to like it so much though. I think that's another thing I forgot. Babies, even though they can't think yet, they have a preference.
Yeah.
And they know which way they like being held. They know which way, you put her down on her changing mat to change a nappy. A lot of kids will cry.
Yeah.
She really likes it because it's soft. So I think she prefers a softer surface already.
That's such a funny observation. Like, you already have preferences.
Yeah. Like Mila, when she was our second, when she was little, she liked to have something near her face. So if you held her and put like your hand on her cheek, she would enjoy that. So when it came to going to sleep, I just put my hand in her cot, holding her cheek. She'd go to sleep. Whereas with Mabel now, it's just more the softer surface she seems to enjoy. So if you put her down on a pillow, a soft pillow, and squash it in a bit, she's fine.
Amazing.
Just seems to like a softer surface. So yeah, at the minute she just sleeps anywhere.
Have you mastered the one-arm cradle whilst holding a controller?
Yeah.
Easy.
Yeah, it's Pope Catholic. Yeah.
So chicken have lips?
Yeah, so no, I have played a fair bit of Xbox. I've enjoyed paternity leave so far.
Yeah.
I just enjoy spending time with her, even though she doesn't say or do anything. I just really like having a baby around again. It's lovely. It's different when it's your own baby.
Yeah. Oh, 100%. Other people's babies, jog on.
Nah, get away from me. No, I'm joking. I love babies. But like my own baby, it's you've got just more tolerance.
Oh, we showed Noah a picture of Mabel.
Oh, beautiful.
And she wrote her a little card.
Did she?
It's in that little gift earlier.
I'll have to have a look.
And she put, I think, 33 kisses.
Oh,
and quote, she said, "Because I love her so much."
Oh, that's nice.
It's like, oh, but you don't know her, darling. I was like, you've not met her yet.
Nobody knows.
She looked, very cute.
Yeah, that is lovely.
Yeah.
That is lovely. I can imagine. So one thing I did when we were in the hospital, and I'm gonna TikTok hook this. I asked the midwife, what can dads do during labour to help? Because I thought, I want to get some valuable content for the listeners. Any dads expecting, what can they do This is from a midwife to be supportive, to be helpful.
Verified. It's not really.
Well, yeah.
Might be.
She knows what she's talking about.
Mm-hmm.
So I asked the midwife, top tips for dads during labour. What can we do? She said, and it was quite, I kind of expected this. She said, it's difficult because every woman is different. You have to take the mum's lead. You have to follow the cues. Then I said, is there anything we shouldn't do? And I expected her to go, don't do research for your podcast. This was the day after. I didn't do it during. So she said to me,
push. You got a moment.
Yeah. How often should we push? So she said, every woman is different. You've got to take the mum's lead and just do whatever they ask.
That sounds fair.
I mentioned this to my sister and she said, absolutely. She asked my brother-in-law just to get out of the way. So just leave me to it. So he went and sat down. He played Football Manager and won the Champions League with a really low-ranked team. So she said, everyone is different. Take the mum's lead. Do whatever your wife, partner asks you to do. But she said one thing in her experience that is really helpful for dads to know is when a woman is giving birth, it takes everything. It takes every fibre of their being to give birth a lot of times. So don't stress if your wife, partner becomes unresponsive to you. They're not ignoring you. They're not unhappy with you. They're not struggling. It's just everything is focused on giving birth. So don't worry if they become unresponsive. Don't feel like you have to do something. Don't feel like you shouldn't be doing something. It's just their energies are going into, it's tunnel vision, she said.
Oh, 100%.
And it's just, so don't worry. Don't worry. Midwives were there. If there's anything untoward going on, a lot of times they will get involved if they need to. Well, of course they'll get involved if they need to. I'll rephrase that. But just don't stress.
It's like one of those things, and often, I actually have had this conversation often with like new dads of just, it's helpful just to be reminded that there's so many like hormone changes, so much stuff that's gone on. That's like, just chill out. Like, just give it a few weeks. Like, just even in that sense of like when you're adjusting to life with a new baby and a new mum, like just try not to stress.
Yeah,
so much easier said than done. But I think as a man, it's really easy to like internalize and think something's gone wrong or there's a problem. Just chill out a little bit.
Yeah. Like I offered to take the baby out for the school run, and Leanne was just like, no, I'm not having her away from me. And she was still like in that mama bear kind of approach, like, don't touch my baby, even though it's my baby. But like, she was just, couldn't think of anything worse than being separated for 10 minutes. Give it a week or two, and she might go, do you fancy taking her out so I can have a shower? Like, just the different approach to that. One thing I've been doing that I've been really enjoying, just taking her for a walk in the evening.
Lovely.
And that is like, Leanne will go, and I think it's a bit different to the school run because obviously there's no people around and it's just me on my own. But just popping her in the pram, little 5-minute loop around our housing estate. It's just been so nice. It's been nice for her to have a bit of time to herself. She will jump in the shower or she'll do something, tidy up to just make herself feel better. And it just gives me a little bit of fresh air. It's quite nice. Been enjoying that. So I would recommend that to new dads. If you can, if your wife is all right with it, take your baby out in the evening, go for a little walk.
I used to love taking Noah around Tesco.
Air conditioned.
Yeah, air conditioned, dry, and always open.
Well, I made a bit of an error. So there's a field near our house. I thought, I'll take her across the field. And the way that this pram across the ground, it went from a calm walk to get the baby to sleep to her just being like, what is going on? I ended up carrying her and pushing. And then I got to one of those like sty. Yeah. You have to like hold the baby, like shoulder press the pushchair.
Try and flip over holding the baby as well.
So bramble in your eyes.
Get the pram over, chuck her in.
Yeah. Yeah, no, I didn't. Didn't do that. But yeah, that's been nice. Going out for an evening walk with the baby, that's been lovely.
Oh.
I'm just having a really nice time. And like I said, I'm fully expecting that to change at some point. And I'll let you know when it does.
I don't know.
But, I'm just loving life. Just love my new family.
I think as well, like, you and Leanne are very just, like, chill.
She's wonderful.
And just, and that, like, how you are as a parent really does impact your kids. And I think that's just, yeah, it's lovely.
I think because I'm very relaxed and very laid back, but Leanne's not. Leanne's a planner. Leanne's a forward planner. And she was getting on at me weeks and weeks ago to get the baby bag packed, get my stuff that I need for hospital, which is a change of pants, a change of socks, maybe a change of t-shirt. Like, that's it. In my mind, just grab it on the way out. But in her mind, it's that needs to be done so she can be laid back. And I think that's something that she's just so good at, is getting it, like the baby's room. Baby's not going to go in her bedroom for 6, 7, 8 months, maybe a year, like some people.
Yeah.
Leanne's had that room done because now she hasn't got to do it.
Amazing.
So she can focus on other things.
I wish I was more organised, because I'm the type of person that my office is generally a bit of a mess. But before I start work, my desk has to be clean.
Yeah.
And it's not for anyone else, but like if my desk isn't clean, I just feel really unproductive.
I like a clean
and I can't
desk.
chill out.
Yeah, I like a clean desk.
But if I could just have a generally tidy, organised life, it'd be so much better.
Yeah. So I think in a world of Jordans, be a Leanne. I think that's what I'm saying. But it just allows her organisation allows us to be more chilled. The other day, we did our heart rate. Mine was like 90.
Is that good?
Well, I think medical professionals would say no. But I was really proud of how slow it is.
I have no frame of reference. I bought one of those smartwatches.
Oh yeah. Let's see what your pulse is.
Oh no.
What's your heart rate?
Terrible.
Beat 90. I think it was 96. Maybe 94. One side of 95. I don't know.
60.
Might cut this. Your heart rate is not 60.
60 beats per minute.
No, it is not.
It legitimately is.
No,
It's got up now 76 because I feel threatened.
No, it is not. Wait a
I
second.
think 90 is pretty high for a resting heart rate.
Average. So I'm going to have to cut this.
This is great
I
content.
can't even remember what it was.
This is brilliant
Hang
content.
on a second. Average
I am. Look, it's gone up to 80. It's gone up to
Average
90.
human heart rate.
I'm that ecstatic.
Maybe
It's
it
gone
was
up to 90.
Maybe it was my blood pressure then. I don't know. But it was something. Oh yeah, 90. Yeah, so 96 is quite high.
I love this.
Wait. It was very slow, and I was very proud of the fact that it was quite slow. I can't remember what the number was.
92 or 96 was it?
I think it was 96.
Could it be that, because you said earlier, I'm not tired, I'm well rested, and then I can't remember what it was. They went, oh, maybe I am tired.
Yeah, you sent me a text and I misread it. Tired or stupid, one of the two. Yeah, I can't remember what it was. Maybe yeah. Sorry, listeners.
That's hilarious.
People that have been enjoying the newborn content, I've just railroaded us.
I know, I really enjoyed that.
But
I think you probably
all of our family did it. My dad's got this like kit where you do your blood pressure and your heart rate, and mine was significantly lower than everyone else's. And I was so proud. I was like, just a laid back guy.
it's either you're laid back in comparison to some highly strung people.
Yeah. One thing I did do though in the hospital, I was quite proud of.
Did you do the gas in there?
Of course, I did the gas in there. Was they were doing the baby's heart rate, and you can hear it on this machine.
Yeah.
And I thought, I'm going to try and tap this out, see what it is. And I was like 4 BPM off. And I asked the midwife, said, out of curiosity, what was that? She was like, 138. I went, I got 134. I don't know why I told her.
How are you measuring that?
So I know that like disco music typically is between like 110 and 120. So I had that as my reference point.
But how are you measuring yours?
Mine?
Yeah.
Oh, I was measuring the baby's.
But how will you guess? I'm so confused. 'Cause how are you measuring that? How are you measuring that?
How are you measuring that? How are you measuring that? How are you measuring that? How are you measuring that? How are you measuring that? How are you measuring that? How are you measuring that? How are you measuring that? How are you measuring that? How are you measuring that? How are you measuring that? How are you measuring that? How are you measuring that? How are you measuring that? How are you measuring that? How are you measuring that? How are you measuring that? How are you measuring that? How are you measuring that? How are you measuring that? How are you measuring that? How are you measuring that? How are you measuring that? How are you measuring that? How are you measuring that? How are you measuring that? How are you measuring that? How are you measuring that? How are you measuring that? How are you measuring that? How are you measuring that? How are you measuring that? How are you measuring that? How are you measuring that? How are you measuring that? How are you measuring that? How are you Yeah, I am now.
How did you get 132?
From mine?
Yeah.
I don't know. I wasn't doing mine.
As in, did you just guess it? Or were you like tapping it out?
Yeah, I was tapping it on my foot, the tempo.
Yeah, but how did you measure the tempo on your foot?
Just taps. So music is in beats per minute, right? And so is heart rate. So I just thought, well, this is about 134. Turns out it was 138. I was quite proud of how close I got. In essence, I was wrong.
The thing is, there's going to be a whole bunch of people who are completely on your side. And then there's going to be another bunch of people like me who haven't. I'm just so baffled. I wouldn't even know where to begin about how to tap 132 beats per minute.
Well, I wasn't tapping 132. I was tapping along with the heart rate that I could hear. The other one is Tim Hughes' Happy Day, I think is 139. So if you can sing Happy Day comfortably to that beat, it's going to be around 139.
I love how you know that.
I Googled it. Because I was thinking, this is around Happy Day. So I Googled what the BPM of Happy Day was, and it was 139. This is proper nerdery.
I love it. The thing is, I'd always like to try gas and air, and the reason I haven't is because
of course you didn't get that far.
We've been in hospital numerous times. There's been many occasions where the opportunity has arisen, but Em is such a stickler for the rules that I risk being killed by my own wife.
Yeah, Leanne was pretty chilled. I think it's because she'd been on the codeine.
Amazing. Thank you so much for listening. If you do have any questions, particularly that I can ask Jordan that make me feel good about myself, that would be amazing. But maybe around his heart rate. Let's have those questions. Any newborn related or juggling now or family of 5, send them in at Parenting Tools Pod. And that is all from us for now. We'll see you next week.
Nice.